Oh boy. Alright. Little late, but better late than never. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back for more Apollo Justice. It's not your fault, Snowy. It's just a matter of circumstance. Hello, MCH. Welcome back home.
Thanks. Reference me and Emmy met up in real life last Thursday.
Yes, that was quite fun.
It was.
Anyway, quick explanation. I was on the phone until about 7:20, and I finished prepping dinner. It was already a little after 7:30, so I finished dinner very quickly, and I'm here now. The
Gotcha.
person that I was on the phone with was my best friend out in New Mexico, and we always make time for those who matter. So,
That is important, yeah.
yes. Alrighty. That's that. And with that, hello, Dino Guts, and welcome. And we were about to do some kind of orca defending, I believe.
Oh, you finished the investigation after I left last time?
Yes, and that was about all we did.
Is LG and Dawning going to be here tonight?
LG is not. Dawning, I do not know.
Why not LG? Is he busy?
He's busy.
Figured.
Like, if
He's
LG
always
isn't
busy.
here, it means he's busy.
Yeah, because he's always busy.
It happens.
Yep.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Wright. Good morning. Chipper's ever this morning, I see. I'm just thankful we actually get to have a trial for Orla. As a matter of fact, I just ran a few laps around the courthouse to get extra pumped. And I just splashed my face with some water to get the sleep out of my eyes. I was napping on that couch over there again because I don't have an actual home. Oh, I also queued the Swashbuckler video so we can watch it anytime. Alright, Swashbuckler video added to the court record. A TV recording of a performance featuring Orla, Sasha, and Jack Shipley as pirates. Thanks. I don't know how, but it might just help our case. Trust the redhead. By the way, you have some serious dark circles. Did you stay up late watching this? What? Me? No, I just woke up early, that's all. Hello, Normans. Guess I need to cover them up. I get ragged on enough as it is by Prosecutor Blackwell. Speaking of being pumped, I'm pretty fired up for this trial, too. It's been a while. That explains why your hair is spikier than usual. I mean, look at it. It's all super pokey and prickly and stuff. It's amazing. That was a compliment. Right. Good luck, Mr. Nick. I'll be cheering you on from the gallery. Thanks, Pearls. It's been so long, I'm actually a little nervous. Good morning, Mr. Lawyer. What are you doing here? Oh, Mr. Rhymes, you came to watch the trial? Yeah, Sasha's back at the aquarium with the orca. So I thought I'd better come here to watch for her. Well, don't you worry. We're gonna win for Orla. Isn't that right, boss?
Do you need me to leave then, because you'll be doing most of the reading tonight?
I mean, unless you're planning on doing any voice acting, that's, I mean, you can always just talk, but yeah, I will be voice acting.
Yeah, I just don't really have much to say when you're gonna voice act.
That's fair.
I just was popping in to say hi anyways.
No, I appreciate it. I do. Company is always
I'll see you
always
Wednesday.
Good. All right. Good night. Right. One unprecedented trial coming right up. July 22nd, 9:30 a.m. District Court, courtroom Number 4. Day 1, court is now in session. All rise. I don't know why I feel compelled to actually stand up when I see that animation, but I do. Also, congrats on the 15 stream streak, Snowy. Court is now in session for the trial of... I'm sorry, Aura Shipley? But it's Orla Shipley. I'm confusion-magated and should probably sit back down. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Humph. Must we waste words on this? I just sat back down, Snowy. Really? Really? Weaponizing channel point rewards, even when they're supposed to be good for me. Oh. Though honestly, not 100% sure that stretch is great for me right now, given the fact that my nervous system is still a nervous wreck and wreaking havoc across my body. But oh well, I stretched any damn way. Also, I've been getting better about it, but just on the offhand chance that I randomly yelp in pain, it's probably because one of my nerves decided to shock me. It happens. Unfortunately, but it means the B12 is doing what it's supposed to be doing. I just fucking hate it. Prosecutor Simon Blackwell. Known as the Twisted Samurai, he's a prosecutor who's also a convicted felon. They say he never conducts a trial without his loyal hawk Taka by his side. Hi, Mr. Taka. How are you today? We respect Mr. Taka in this house. Mr. Wright, it's been quite a while since I've seen you like that. The lawyer image suits you. You look younger somehow and less like a fucking hobo. Thank you, Your Honor. And you look as young as ever yourself. Well, I have to keep up with you folks after all. By the way, has the defendant arrived in court yet? Did nobody tell the judge that the defendant is a fucking orca? Oh boy. Oh no. The Kanto Gym Badge set was a gift with purchase for a limited time with the most expensive set in the first wave of sets. And I'm pretty sure it's gone now because scalpers took it and don't pay them a fucking cent. That is my opinion on scalpers. If nobody paid them anything, they'd stop fucking scalping. Anyway, surely you jest your boldness. Did you not receive the memo? The defendant, Aura Shipley, is an orca at Shipshape Aquarium. An orca? Mr. Wright, you come back to the courtroom and all of a sudden more bullshit happens. Arrangements for this trial were made only yesterday, so I didn't have time to review. Yeah, so you don't need this, Snowy. And again, nobody pay these guys a goddamn thing. It ain't fucking worth it. Yeah. It's not Lego. Like, it was a fantastic idea for a gift with purchase. I'm pretty sure in my review, in my opinion article that I wrote for Bulba News, I complimented them for it. I don't blame Lego for this. I blame the fucking scalpers. Arrangements for this trial were made only yesterday, so I didn't have time to review. But an orca as a defendant? It's patently absurd! Welcome back, Mr. Wright. Oomph. Direct your comments to the defense. He's the absurd fellow who insisted on defending the orca in court in the first place. Target is deliberately damaging shrink wrap on Pokemon. Huh! That's almost clever? Now, okay, Dino Guts, I can agree with you that in general LEGO does underproduce gift with purchases, and they sometimes forget to include them. When I purchased one of the very last times that I actually did anything for LEGO's May the 4th stuff, I purchased something and I was supposed to get a very good, unique gift with purchase with it, and I didn't get it. It's not that they were out at the time that I made my order, but I didn't get it, and there was no way for them to fix it. So... Also, Jay, you're actually correct. Don't literally fuck the scalpers. They're scum, so don't do it. Absurd or not, I will carry out my duty to defend my client. Your duty to defend your crying ant? Don't you mean your crying orca, Mr. Wright? If we are to proceed, we must treat the orca as we would any other defendant. Every soul, be it of man or beast, is of equal value. See? Last week I think it was you, Jay, that said that they were biased against animals. Well, at least Prosecutor Blackwell is it. He's being in a... Imagine he's going to be an asshole about it. But hey, at least Blackwell doesn't disrespect the orca. Well, okay, I guess that remains to be seen, but... You were accusing the prosecution's office of being biased. Well, okay, it wasn't last week, it was 2 weeks ago, which explains why nobody remembers it. But something about them not wanting to try, like, they were just going to put the animal down without a proper investigation, bias against animals, and so forth, if I remember correctly. The question is whether that soul is painted in black or white. Take Taka, for example. He's as human in spirit as you or I. Aww, look at Taka. Taka's adorable and getting scratches. The real question is, am I in for more pain, as always? No, Winston Payne is gone. And Gaspin... Well, okay, Gaspin Payne's still here. He hasn't technically run away yet. Orca or not, I suppose the defendant is still a defendant. And I vow to render my verdict fairly and impartially. Ahem. Now then, Prosecutor Blackwell, your opening statement if you would. I suppose I can hardly leave it to someone who knew nothing of the defendant. Very well, listen carefully. The orca murdered the owner of Ship-Shape Aquarium in the aquarium's orca pool. The orca apparently toyed with the victim mercilessly as he died. A sadistic orca? What a chilling thought. And where exactly is this defendant now? Inside this. Ah! He shrank the orca and put her on a cell phone. A cell phone? Prosecutor Blackwell? Humph. Time marches on, your baldness, with or without us. I borrowed this TV phone from the aquarium, which will allow us to interact with the orca. TV phone? Very well, the court accepts it into evidence. TV phone added to the court record, a cell phone used by ship-shape aquarium staff. Model can connect to TVs and be used to conduct teleconferencing. Ah, smartphone before smartphone existed. Hello, Snowy. What's new?
Is it working?
It is working. What's new, Mr. Snowy?
Not much.
I see.
Everything. All the rest. Oh, ow.
You're mostly moved into your new place, though. Just need the internet?
Yep.
Well, that's
and
good.
hot water.
Oh, God, no hot water. That's bad. Then again, you being an ice type, you might not appreciate hot water. I appreciate hot water.
And it's just as well I don't use the stove because I've got no gas as well, so...
Jeez! Wow! That's not good.
No.
Well, the good news for me is I'll never be out of gas. Anyway, that's all besides the point. We will be able to view the defendant in question on this large monitor. Fulbright. Prepare for transmission. Ah-ha-ha! You got it, Prosecutor Blackquill! And that's just going to be sitting at the defendant's stand. We will proceed with the defendant on telecast. So that is the orca that stands accused, is it? I'd be impressed if any orca could actually physically stand up. They don't even really have legs to stand on. So, would be really impressive.
I have seen sea mammals kind of standing on the flippers and stuff.
I suppose it's not impossible.
I don't know if a whale orca would be able to, but
Yeah, I don't know. I have not seen an orca since the last time I was at SeaWorld, which was before my sister was born, so arguably over 20... No, not arguably. Over 25 years ago.
I've never been to SeaWorld. Actually, is there even one here in Western Australia?
I have no idea. I know there was one in San Diego. Anyway, aw, she's waving her flipper at us. Maybe she's cheering us on? Or flippering us off?
Also, just as a note, I'm away from my computer at the moment, so I can't see chat.
That makes sense. Chat hasn't been too chatty. Orla, wish Phoenix and Athena luck. Aw, and there's Sasha there too. Oh, it's quite cute, isn't it? And this adorable creature is suspected of killing a man? Orla's really pouring on the charm, huh? She is
That's
far...
not possible.
What? What's not possible?
Orcas killing somebody.
Yeah, they're not known as killer whales.
No, they kill whales, but as far as I know, they're always docile towards humans.
Well, this one's a defendant for murder, so something clearly has gone wrong.
Do our murder laws apply to animals now?
This is a fantastic... I mean, Snowy, the one thing we have learned from 4.5 previous Ace Attorney games is this is not how a court of law works. Never has been, never will. It's all fucking nonsense. And that's kind of what makes it amusing.
In my opinion, it works as a detective game, not as a court game.
It's sort of a but like the result of
the whole court system seems Let me try English. I'll just switch to English.
Yeah, speak English.
I've noticed the court scenes always seem to be about discussing the case rather than what a traditional court system would be.
Mm-hmm. The problem is the cases are so fucking batshit insane that no reasonable detective could ever actually figure them out. Also, KR, I assume you're referring to Prosecutor Blackquill. He's not a Batman villain. He just loves his little hawk Taka, and we respect Mr. Taka the Hawk in this house. He's a good bird. She is far from cute. She's a violent, reckless animal. That's right. The name's Bobby Fulbright, and I'll be taking over the explaining from here. Now, if I could direct your attention to this diagram of the crime scene. Yes, crime scene. Following the report of an orca attack, we, the police, raced on over to the ship-shape aquaria. There we found a guest who says she saw the orca and the victim from the visitor's corridor. As the witness was watching, the orca suddenly went crazy and attacked the victim. The orca was the only one there, therefore no one else could have committed the crime. Yes, we have officially jumped the shark and accused an orca of murder. Officially. It's nonsense.
I don't like officially. Not with this game.
Well, in this case, I'd say it would be fish-ally, but whales are mammals, not fish.
Not to mention an orca, the dolphin.
Still a mammal.
Yes.
Is the point that I am making. A mammal is not a fish.
Absolutely.
And a fish is not a mammal.
I'm gonna be chaotic. I'm sorry, Jay, if you're still around, but I'm gonna be chaotic. Spin, spin.
Alrighty. Phoenix Pasta Boy, so Russian accent. And Tsundere for Edgeworth. Alright.
Edgeworth has solved this case already.
I mean, well, before I actually start the timer, he took one fucking look at this and was like, no fucking way am I getting anywhere near this shit. Right or no right. Regardless, comrade, if Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth had been involved with this particular case, he would have come to the correct conclusion and know exactly who killed the captain immediately. He would have had the autopsy report without it needing to be updated later, because I assume that is what this Fulbright character is about to say, or is going to come up later on in the in this case is going to be updated autopsy report, because his only portion of autopsy report here. And of course, the person who knows all about updated autopsy reports would be the great and powerful Miles Edgeworth, who is first person we know who ever updated the autopsy report. Was not underhanded tactic, was just similar situation to this. Because at any given moment, autopsy report might change because it was incomplete when we got copy of it. But he would know that Orca is actually innocent, and he would know exactly who was responsible for the death of the Captain Jack Shipley. Would not forget name of victim either. I forgot name of victim because it has been 2 weeks, and my mind is borscht, comrade. But oh well. I may have mind of borscht, but I am one stock being defense attorney for Orca because I am one who wanted to do this in the first place. Is not quite finished, but I have portion of autopsy report here. Edgeworth would have also had completed the autopsy report and would not have wasted his time not making autopsy report yesterday. Shipley's
Edgeworth
autopsy...
isn't a slacker.
He is an absolute professional at everything that he does, is what I am saying.
Exactly.
Shipley's autopsy report added to court record, instant death from brain contusion. There are signs of blunt force trauma all over the body. I see. Is no particular person that could... Well, is also no time of death, but autopsy report is only partially completed. So, we will have to wait for Edgeworth to complete autopsy report to get us information we need. Is very important. Anyway, I will check court record and see if I can get more detailed information. Bloodstained coin I already saw. Swashbuckler video. This will play the whole thing again, which is important because we will get to see a redhead sing, except it's not important because I personally prefer Edgeworth over any redhead. This is just a phone, and this says Shipley autopsy report. Okay, death thought to be a result of Orca attack. Estimated time of death under investigation. I see. Norman says had brain aneurysm for a second, thought I was speaking Japanese. I do not speak Japanese, at least not perfectly at this time. I only speak Russian accented English. Regardless, there is TV phone, and there is this, and we have all of the evidence that we need. Edgeworth would not even need evidence. He would have everything that he needs to conclusively prove exactly who killed what and when. We do not even need autopsy report. Regardless.
Edgeworth can prove things without proving it.
Exactly so. Is why Judge always listens to him, and Judge got so used to listening to Edgeworth that he listened to prosecutors without needing prosecutors to present evidence, regardless, because Edgeworth is so perfect that he would always have his case flawlessly and perfectly every time, but not every prosecutor can be the great and powerful Miles Edgeworth, and therefore not every prosecutor should be listened to as attentively as Judge listened to Edgeworth. Regardless, I cannot imagine the terror of being attacked underwater by such a large creature. But attack it did. Prepare yourself for the grisly details, your boldness. The prosecution moves to introduce our witness, Fulbright. Detective Fulbright. You got it, Prosecutor Blackwell. In justice, we trust this. Yeah, that makes sense. One brave lady whose fine sense of justice compelled her to speak. Coming right up. Oh, I thought Detective Fulbright was the witness. But fair enough, it's this lady. Norma DePlume. How dare you make me wait? Don't you know I'm a busy woman? I could have written an entire book for all the time I spent in that lobby. Prosecutor Blackwell. Well, I am Norma DePlume, and I'm a non-fiction writer. And it's totally non-fiction that Maniacal Engineer loves Melly. Because we all know exactly how much he loves purple-haired femboys. He said so himself. And in point of fact, I will confirm that I do, in fact, love purple-haired femboys. Specifically, the great, powerful, and wonderful Melly. and his fantasticness. And again, if Edgeworth is fantastic as being a prosecutor, yes. So, Jay, basically everyone's name in Ace Attorney is a pun of some sort. So yeah, nom de plume would be...
Which is why you love the game.
I mean, it's one of the reasons why I love the game, although I don't love the game as much as I love the melee. And hate the fact that the melee isn't in this game. Melee should... I don't care that he's a Pokemon character. Melee should be in every single Pokemon game, and it's a crime that he isn't. It's a crime that he's so underrepresented in everything. We need more Melees in our life. We need more Melee in our life. Melee everywhere. Because he's so great and wonderful and fantastic and just the greatest and most powerful and wonderfulest person that ever existed on the planet. Justice for Melee indeed, Shiny Celebi. More justice for Melee. We always need justice for Melee, and it sucks that there isn't. Like, Detective Fulbright says, in justice we trust. I don't trust justice. Because justice is never served for Melee. He never gets the justice that he did. Or that he deserves. He's wonderful, we love him, we want to cuddle him and kiss him and see him in his shorts and just all of that greatness and glory. And I think the stream in general might not be doing so well right now because I'm seeing these numbers crater. What the fuck is with my internet tonight? I don't know. Let's see. Melee would be able to... Well, first of all, Melee wouldn't have internet problems in the first place. But if Melee were to have internet problems, he'd be able to fix them instantly. He wouldn't have issues with anything. He'd never have a problem. He'd never have... What's me? What's me? I didn't do anything. Actually, I might have done something. I don't know what I did. I didn't praise Melee enough. That's why my internet sucks.
Melee knows everything, Jay.
Melee knows absolutely everything. He's the perfect person, the perfect human being. He knows everything about even stuff that he theoretically shouldn't know anything about. He knows all about. Because he's just so great, so perfect, and so wonderful. In point of fact, Melee is so great and so wonderful that he would recommend me finally getting a fucking Ethernet connection down here instead of having to rely on Wi-Fi. Though, to be fair, the Wi-Fi was generally better on my old fucking laptop than it has been on this computer. And I don't know why, because this is a good computer. Not as good as the great and powerful Melee, mind you, but...
Could be just where you put the computer.
The computer is not that far from where I would have had my laptop.
No, but the few centimeters makes a difference.
Does she have a fan to her right? The fans are on the right side of the computer, yes.
Also, your wife isn't using a microwave, is she?
I don't hear her in the kitchen. Or are you talking about... Oh, you're talking about Norma de Plume. I think her scarf just blows no matter what, KR. Sorry, I was in the middle of kissing Melee's wonderful and glorious ass. I completely forgot we were actually doing something here. Anyway, I am Norma DePlume, and I'm a non-fiction writer. Am I the only one who isn't telepathic here? Yeah, rule of drama, there's always something blowing in the wind. In this case, it's probably just everyone in the court being a colossal windbag.
Sound about right.
Looks like she can read into people's words just as well as I can read into people's hearts. Not everything needs to be a competition, Athena. What? Norma DePlume, the great nonfiction writer, Ms. Norma DePlume herself? I've read all of your works and enjoyed them immensely. Your million seller, The Great Brief of the Great Thief, is one of my favorites. Dear God, do not try to say that title name 100 times fast. Oh, are you a fan, Your Honor? I could give you my autograph if you like. Wait a second. I could swear you look much different in the photos in your book. Well, I used ones from 10 years ago in my books, so that the paparazzi won't harass me. Jay, there's nothing wrong with sharing thoughts with me. I am an absolute genius, and if you share thoughts with me, it means you're smart too. Probably.
Probably.
The judge seemed so shocked. The visual disconnect must really be doing a number on His Honor's head. Could we get started, please? If I find you to be lacking as a judge, you will see your debut in my books. Such harsh comments. You really must be the real Norma DePlume. Who knew Ms. DePlume was so famous? Enough jabbering. Tell the court what you saw and keep it brief. See, I said the same thing, except what I specifically said is that she wrote a book, or she has a book about how the whale is violent and vicious, and she wanted it to be the truth, so she made it happen. That's my working theory, but the problem is she's the first witness we're calling. It's always the last witness that we call who's the guilty party. Usually. My internet is abso-fucking-lutely trash tonight. I'm half tempted to just cancel the rest of the stream. Chat.
Sometimes we have to do that.
Keep an eye on things. If they start to lag too much, let me know. I would thank you not to order me around. I am perfectly willing to tell everyone what I witnessed. It was the moment of the murder. Very well then, please proceed with your testimony. The moment of the murder, I went to Shipshape Aquarium to see the killer whale. As I was watching the killer whale from the visitor's corridor, it suddenly went crazy. I saw the killer whale bite the victim to death with its huge mouth and deadly teeth. Attempting to remain calm, I reported the incident to the police immediately. That adorable defendant really did all that. It must be much more vicious than it looks. Now, deliver your judgment so I may carry out the sentence. Objection! The defense would like to do some defending first, if that's alright. Humph. Must you drag this out with your tomfoolery? Always, Blackwell, always. Hold it! The defense always has the right to cross-examine the witness, you know. A fellow inmate told me just this morning, if you want something signed, all you need is the document and a witness. Let me guess, they were convicted for contract fraud, right? ... All we need in this case is the evidence and a witness to convict. It's as simple as that. Looks like I guessed right. Sorry, but as Ms. Sykes said, the defense has every right to cross-examine. Isn't that correct, Your Honor? Yes, of course. You may proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. I shall relish the sight of you thrashing around in vain. All right, cross-examination time. The moment of the murder, yes. Press all the buttons.
Hold it!
Hold it. Why did you want to see the orca? Well, it is the featured attraction of the aquarium, after all. Humph. Why waste energy on such tripe? There is but one attraction in Shipshape Aquarium that is worth anyone's time, and that is the penguins. Isn't that right, Taka, my friend? That sounds about right. Alrighty then, I guess Prosecutor Blackwell is for the birds, as if we didn't know. Yes, I should jot that down. Note to self, Prosecutor Blackwell is on Team Rifle. Birds on the brain awarded, okay? And so you went to see the orca in its tank. Yes, that's right. Press button!
Hold it!
Hold it! Yeah, objection, alleged killer whale. Exactly. The orca suddenly went crazy, did she? Yes, it took a look at me, and then all at once, it started going berserk. Yeah, anyone who takes a look at you would go berserk. Did you do anything to make her angry? I did nothing more than simply glare at it from the visitors' corridor. She glared at Orla, and that's what caused her to go berserk?
Objection!
Objection! The reason the defendant went mad is not the issue here. Only what she did once she entered that state. In any case, the killer whale began behaving wildly in front of my very eyes, and then... Press button!
Hold it!
So you're saying you saw the very moment of the victim's death? That is exactly what I'm saying. Oh, it was simply dreadful. It was as frightening as losing one's manuscript just before a deadline. I suppose for a writer that would be pretty terrifying. I witnessed the killer whale's horrific act, and I knew I had to do something, so... Press button! Again. Why were the police the first ones you contacted? I was afraid if I told the aquarium staff, they might try to cover it up. Of course, I immediately told aquarium security after my call to the police. I believe I deserve praise for my swift decision-making skills under pressure. Ms. DePlume is the most assertive witness I've ever seen. We'd better do our best to look like big-shot lawyers if we want to match her intensity. Ms. DePlume, I praise your swift decision-making skills under pressure. That was more kiss-up than big shot. Hello, Joe. Good to see you. And, I guess, filling up the lawnmower? Good luck with that. I suppose it was unrealistic to expect big shot from Mr. Wright. Humph.
I've got a present for you.
No presents. Wait, did it actually explode? Jay, did your lawnmower actually explode? Before I get to be tuned away from Ellie, I have to know the answer to that. Oh, good. I would have been sort of amused if it had, but also that would have been dangerous. That
Melly would have made sure it wouldn't explode.
Yes, well, Melly wouldn't explode any... Well, okay, Melly's... Scun tank might have exploded, but that's only because it would have wanted to protect Melly from bullies like that, from that, horrible protagonist of Legends Arceus. Also, yes, I probably did mean Joe. I might have accidentally said J. Melly wouldn't mix up three-letter J names, because Melly always knows who's who and what's what. And Melly would never be as frazzled as I am, and Melly would definitely be big shot everything. Like, Melly would walk in here and everyone would recognize him as the most fantastic person that there is and was and ever will be, because he is so great and he is so glorious and we all love him and want to kiss him and cuddle him, and I don't know. Just, he looks so cozy in his Diamond Clan his Diamond Clan hoodie, and just, like, he's fantastic, and we all, I absolutely love him and his fragrance and his aroma and his just absolute, he's absolute perfection perpetually. And, you know, it is fitting for a small fry like me to praise a big shot like Melly, and nobody should cut me any slack, even if I do think that they're all a bunch of big meanies. The important thing here is, did she really see the moment of the murder? You're raring to go, aren't you, Mr. Wright? I see it in your eyes and in your heart, but I also see that you're an incompetent, bumbling buffoon of a baboon of a buffoon, and Melly should be here defending instead, because he'd do so much better than you. You're fucking out of practice, and even when you had your practice, you were still an idiot. I guess I really am a lawyer at heart. No, I'm not. I'm a noodleman at heart, and I should have stayed a noodleman.
That sounds about right.
Alright, now I have to check my court record to see what evidence I have. Melly wouldn't have to. Melly would absolutely know what evidence he needed to present and when. But
Melly knows everything.
yeah, that's just because Melly knows everything and is great and is powerful and wonderful and adorable, and we again, not just, I should stop saying we, because that's just me trying to be, well, I wouldn't say dishonest, but that's me trying to blunt how I feel by saying everybody feel. No, I love Melly. Melly is great. Melly is wonderful. Melly is superior to anyone and everyone else, and just, again, justice for Melly. Put him in more video games. Give him, give him more screen time. Give him more attention. He deserves all of the attention, and deserves all of the cuddles, and deserves all of the stares, and all of the, yeah, justice for Melly. That's what we need to start putting on social media. Hashtag justice for Melly, the greatest and most wonderful person who ever existed. And we need, too many people hate him just for the sake of hating him. And that's just
How
not
could anybody
right.
hate Melly?
That's right. How could anybody hate Melly? He's just great and fantastic and wonderful. And again, he would know exactly what evidence to present when. Now, what I suspect that I have to do, but again, I'm not the wonderful and powerful Melly, is I suspect that on this statement I have to present the autopsy report, because she's saying the whale bit the victim to death, but the autopsy report says otherwise. Now, I'm not confident in this, because I'm not the wonderful and powerful Melly, but it does contradict evidence, so I'm gonna try it.
Objection!
Objection! You're not Melly. Why are you even here? Everybody loves Melly. And it would seem that you're mistaken, Ms. Deplume. I beg your pardon. The autopsy report does indeed say death thought to be a result of orca attack, but the actual cause of death.
That's loud.
The actual cause of death was not loving Melly enough. I mean, contusion from head trauma, not being bitten. What? But I'm sure the victim was bitten. I don't believe that can be true. The security footage doesn't show anything of the kind.
Objection!
Objection! Humph. Just as I suspected. I knew you would peek at the footage behind Fulbright's back. Well, what did you expect when he wouldn't play nice and share? I had to go get Phineas Filch to steal the camera for me. But, unfortunately for you, the footage you saw was only one small part. Yesterday, after I decided to take this case to trial, I re-reviewed all of the evidence. Taka, the evidence I gave you for safekeeping? Uh-oh. Yes,
What happened? What happened?
The hawk just went and landed on the judge's head again.
Oh, that does not sound like a good idea.
Guess that hawk is higher up on the pecking order than Fulbright and Blackwell's book. I'm not surprised. Very well. Let's view the footage. I knew having just one fucking frame of footage was not... was not appropriate, but... Alright, what's this? The orca is biting the victim. No way! I have to say that this appears to be very damning evidence. Security footage updated in the court record. Video showing the orca pool footage starts at the aquarium's 10 a.m. opening time, 2 pages. No, I can't believe Orla really bit him. And there is more. Look at this. This photograph was taken while the body was being examined. There seems to be a strange bruise on the victim's right wrist. Is that a handprint? Orcas can't leave handprints! Snowy, orcas can't leave handprints!
No, they can't. They don't have hands.
I'll have the crime lab examine the bruise and calculate its relevance to the case in hand. What's important right now is evidence that points to the orca as the killer. Yeah, I mean, look to the left side of the body. See the orca's tooth marks on the victim's clothes? Yeah, but that's just in the clothes. Yes, they do appear to suggest that she did in fact bite the victim. No, she bit the victim's clothes! There's a difference! Exclamation mark. Photo of the body updated in the court record. Crime scene photo taken in the orca pool room. 2 photos. I told you so. And then the killer whale swam up toward the surface with the victim in its mouth. Objection! However, in the autopsy report, the cause of death is contusion from head trauma.
Objection!
Objection! You are much too impetuous, right, Dono? Granted, the orca biting the victim was not the cause of death. The witness was mistaken about that. Then, what explanation is there for what the witness saw? Did I not say in the beginning, the orca toyed with the victim mercilessly? My goodness! After killing the victim, what software download just completed? Whatever, it doesn't matter. The defendant swam around with its dead body in her mouth. Just like any other predator toying with its prey. Nurg. Mr. Wright, the hearts of the people in the gallery are suddenly filled with fear. Fear of Orla. So, the defendant bit the victim after she had killed him. If that's the case, then we must still figure out how the defendant killed the victim. Prosecutor Blackwell, do you have a sound theory to give this court? I wouldn't be standing here if I couldn't prove whether the orca's heart was black or white. But Orla is black and white. Her body, I mean. Athena, please try not to provoke Prosecutor Blackwell. This witness also observed the actual moment of the murder. Think back, word mistress. Think back to what you observed before the orca bit the victim. ... Ah, I see what you're driving at. So that was the true moment of the murder, was it? Now, explain it in a way that even these simpletons can understand. There you go again, ordering me around. Stop that this instant. But whatever. I don't mind telling my story. I saw the killer whale before it toyed with the body as well. I saw it the moment it killed the victim by headbutting him. Orla killed the victim by headbutting him? That's right. It ran the victim over and over again. Recall that the autopsy report stated that there were bruises all over his body. Recall as well how persistent the defendant can be when she's attacking her prey. We all just saw the killer whale headbutting the victim in the footage, don't forget. That footage doesn't back up Ms. DePlume's testimony. All I see is the orca fucking headbutting a goddamn rock. Yeah, it doesn't fucking show Shipley. Now do you see what a menace this killer whale is? Objection! I'm sorry, but I can't allow your testimony to stand unchallenged. Looking at this footage, the orca certainly seems to be headbutting something. But you'll note that the something is not the victim. Hey, congratulations, Phoenix. For once you're not an idiot. Oh, what? I want to look away, but I can't. Even if it was the victim, you couldn't have seen him from where you were, could you? Could you? What? Well, I suppose not. Ms. DePlume, did you actually witness the victim getting headbutted by the defendant? Let's see. I remember now. As I recall, a rock in the shape of a skull was obstructing my view. So, are you admitting that you couldn't see the victim? Yes, I suppose I am. However, immediately after the headbutting, the victim came floating up. So, he was already dead and stuffed in the fucking rock. And Orla was trying to save his life. Doesn't have hands, so the only way she headbutted the rock because she saw that he was there. Because, again, doesn't have hands. And then she had to grab him with her mouth to drag him back to the surface to save his fucking life. That's what we're seeing in the footage. That's what happened. Justice for Orla. Ow, I'm hitting myself. Oh, that was not a smart thing to do. Now my leg muscle is spasming.
You okay?
I will be right back. Well, maybe not right back. It's going to take me a little while to get where I'm going, but I will be back.
I hope he doesn't expect me to entertain you, chat. Once upon a time there was an engineer and he streamed on Twitch and then he had some fun and the end. Is that a good story? Don't think the chat's even working. Pop out chat. Oh yeah, it's working again, good.
Alright, that didn't take as long as I thought it would.
You okay?
I'm fine. I should not be, like, even if it's just for, like, emphasis, I shouldn't be smacking myself when I know my nervous system is malfunctioning.
No, that sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah. I also happen to figure out what's causing my internet to be so wonky tonight. It's thunderstorming.
Oh, of course, that would explain everything.
Yup. Oh well. He came up from behind the skull-shaped rock, and his body was all limp. What else could I think except that the killer whale was headbutting the victim?
Objection!
Objection! But if you didn't actually see the moment of attack itself, then it's pure conjecture.
Objection!
Objection! Must I do everything around here? No. You have to relegate the actual important tasks to Taka. How dare you speak so rudely to me? There's no need for hysterics. Clear your mind and recall how you reached your conclusion. Though you couldn't see what the orca was attacking, you didn't need to, did you? Because you knew she was behaving exactly as she had only 1 year prior. Oh. 1 year ago? That's right, yes, that's it. That's how I knew the killer whale was headbutting the victim. What the fuck? I'm sorry, could someone explain exactly what happened a year ago and what any of this has to do with anything? If you must know, a very similar incident occurred only last year in which The defendant murdered her trainer. What? The orca murdered her trainer, you say? What? Is this really true? This is not looking good for us. Oh, look who fucking wrote that book. Oh, look who fucking wrote that book. The Killer Whale by Norma Plume. I don't fucking sense any goddamn bias here whatsoever. That book, The Killer Whale. That's Ms. Plume's latest work. Yeah. Uh-huh. I was just thinking of picking that up. Killer Whale added to the court record, a nonfiction book by Norma Plume. It's about the case from last year. And it's totally inadmissible as evidence because it's written by the same schmagegi who's the witness right here and now. She could have been wrong then, and that colored her opinion right now. Orca kills its trainer. Last year, the defendant killed her trainer in the middle of a show. The orca headbutted and bit the victim. Same thing she's accused of in this case. That orca killed 2 people. That thing is a menace. Guilty, guilty, I say. I never want to go to the beach again. No, now everyone's even more convinced that Orla did it. You were doing so well, but now everyone in the room has a bad impression of Orla. I don't want to think she did it. It's hard to keep on believing in somebody who can't even tell me her side. Phoenix, Athena, you've got to believe in Orla. There'll be no way she killed anybody. You gotta save her, please, I'm begging you. Sasha, what am I doing doubting my client like this? This is the time to be strong. I believe in Orla, and I'm ready to fight for our clients. I'll take on everybody in this courtroom if I have to. Don't you worry, Sasha. We won't... Oh, sorry, that's Phoenix's line. I'm sorry. What the fuck is all this software downloading that's happening?
That could definitely interfere with Twitch as well.
Maybe. That's Phoenix's line. I saw Sasha's photo, and I thought that it was Sasha, but no. Don't you worry, Sasha. We won't give up on Orla. We'll defend her to the very end. Thank ye. Thank you both of ye. We are Orla's lawyers. Who else but us can save her? We can't give up on her now. Humph. For an instant there, you were afraid of the orca, weren't you, right, Dono? When you saw the photograph of the victim from a year ago, you turned paler than me. He saw right through me. It's obvious you have neither the guts nor the determination to defend the orca. It's true that Orla can't speak, and I don't know her thoughts. But there's a certain someone who believes in Orla with all her heart. I respect the trust she has in Orla, so I'm willing to believe in Orla too. Always trust the redheads. Always.
I'm a redhead. You trust me?
Always trust the cute redheaded girls.
Thanks. I'll remember that.
Humph. And what do you know about orcas? Nothing. That's what. So, allow me to fill you in. Do you have any idea why orcas are also called killer whales? Because they kill their prey, which is mostly fish. Because they are cunning and merciless predators that hunt and kill even true whales. So, killer whales really are killers. What terrifying creatures indeed. I can't bear to hear any more of such rubbish as trusting a killer. Couldn't you, your baldness? No matter what you say, I will continue to believe. I don't give up that easily, you know. Dollar. You don't know when to give up, do you? Very well, I shall give you a chance to prove just how determined you are. Witness, spare no quarter and lay the full truth on them. Oh ho ho ho! But of course, that is what I do after all. Prosecutor Blackwell, what will you have the witness testify about? I shall have her testify about what she saw and what she heard, but not what she smelled. What she heard? Very well, Ms. DePlume, please tell the court what you saw and what you heard. All right. No, orcas never attack humans. That's the thing. Right? This is blatant character assassination. The killer whale's behavior was exactly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. I was calm when I saw it start to headbutt. When the pirate hat victim came floating up, I let out a scream.
I did not understand a word of that. You started breaking up all of a sudden.
I did what now?
You went all mechanical and were very hard to understand.
Oh, I thought you said I was breaking up, and I was like, abso-fucking-lutely not. I would never break up with my wife.
Well, you were breaking up. The audio was breaking up.
No, never. Bad.
It's clear now, but it was bad a second ago.
That's not my fault, probably.
Yeah, I don't know if it was my connection or yours.
Not a clue. So the orca displayed the same behavior as during the incident a year ago. That's right. Those weren't just simple cries, it was singing. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. It kept headbutting while it sang the swashbuckler spectacular song. That's right, it was singing the same song it sang the aquarium stage show back then. It was singing while it was headbutting. Oh, it was perfectly horrible. I don't see a single obvious inconsistency in this testimony. It's clear I won't be able to take apart her statements with evidence alone. Mr. Wright, now would be a good time for me to put my skills to work. Yes, ma'am. Of course, Athena. You may do as you need to. It's time to show what analytical psychology can really do. You seem pretty confident. Go for it, Athena. Let me notice. You noticed a contradiction between the testimony and her emotions. You bet I did. And once we expose it, we just might be able to crack her like an egg. No, scratch that. Make it we'll definitely be able to crack her like an egg. Then let's give your knowledge of analytical psychology a try. Always trust the cute redheaded girls. You got it, boss. A complete analysis of Ms. DePlume's heart coming right up. Athena and Widget are on the case. Alright. The killer whale's behavior was exactly the same as a year ago. There's no emotion there. As I approach the pool, there's still no emotion there. Killer whale suddenly started singing. I was calm when I saw it start to headbutt. I don't think I see you being calm, but sure. The pirate hat and victim came floating up. I let out a scream. Calm my ass.
Got it!
Ms. de Plume, Orla really frightened you with her headbutting, didn't she? Don't be absurd. I certainly was not frightened by the likes of any killer whale. It must have been something else that scared her then, boss. However, I do remember being very afraid for some reason while it was doing that. It sounds like maybe you saw something we haven't discussed yet. Take your time and try to remember what it was. What did you see? This is practically turning into a counseling session. Good job, Athena! This lady needs all the fucking help she can get. I saw something? Oh, ugh! I remember now. Alright. Okay, good. Now, if you could please tell the court what you saw. I saw bright red blood. The killer whale's ramming caused the victim to bleed. It was a great cloud of blood. What? Yes, that's it. That's why I was so sure. That's when I knew the killer whale had killed a person for the second time. Well, that was a very compelling statement indeed. Looking at this again, there does appear to be something that could be a cloud of blood. So, her terror was a reaction to blood, was it? That would certainly explain what happened yesterday. Please, take a look at this blood-stained coin. Eek! Cease and desist at once. What kind of man shows a lady blood? Urgh, she doesn't have to get so worked up. I was badly injured during an interview once. Ever since then, I've been terrified of blood. The very sight of it dreadfully upsets my delicate sensibilities. This is a bad turn. If Ms. de Plume saw blood, then does that mean Orla really did attack the victim? No! She got scared before the headbutting started, therefore the blood was there before the headbutting started, so he was already fucking dead! It would appear that orcas are even more vicious than I am. So, how does it feel to be thoroughly rammed by your own cross-examination, right, dunno? What do we do now, boss? Arg. That testimony was not at all what I expected to hear. Wait a minute. There's still some discord left in Ms. de Plume's heart. What? You mean there's more? Yes, but there's no telling what it is. It could be something even more damaging. Ugh. Is there even anything left of our case to damage? Well, whatever it is, we have to face it head on. Athena, you believe in Orla, right? If so, there's no reason for us to shy away from the truth. Yeah, you're right. I know we can handle the truth, whatever it is, so let's delve a little deeper. You've got it, boss. Alright. Killer whale suddenly started singing. Info update! After it started headbutting, I saw that awful blood and was terrified. Oh, so it was after it started headbutting. Info update again. When the pirate hat and victim came floating up, I let out a scream. What info update? I mean, what I sort of see is that, like, the terrified or the whatever is a lot less on this one. They won't let me present anything here. Alright. What's the unexpected emotion? I mean, the only thing that I can see is this being such lower intensity. Maybe I'm wrong?
Got it!
Maybe?
I'm going to be jumping out.
Alright, well, thanks for stopping by.
Have fun.
Yep. And good luck with your internet later.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. Huh? Her fear appears to lessen here at this statement. Ms. DePlume, weren't you afraid when you saw the victim with blood coming out of him? That's a very good question. I was shaken after witnessing a murder, yes, but then the blood seemed to disappear. Disappear? And why do you suppose that was? Simple, it was because of the pirate. What? After the killer whale put the hat on, the cloud of blood disappeared.
Objection!
Objection? And how exactly does that work? How should I know? I'm just telling you what I remember, Blue Boy. Wait a minute. From whom was this blood that Ms. DePlume actually saw coming from? I mean, if the orca put on a hat and the blood stopped... No, it wasn't coming from Athena, Dino Guts. Was it Aura?
Take that!
Consider this. Maybe the one who was bleeding wasn't the victim. I beg your pardon, what kind of ridiculous nonsense is that? There was no one else in that pool beside the victim. Oh, I wouldn't say there was no one else. It is an orca pool, after all. What? Then where is this alleged injury on the defendant? I'm not sure, but if simply wearing the pirate hat made the blood disappear, then the blood must have been coming from somewhere on Orla's head. What? The orca's head. What are you prattling on about now? Please think about it again, Ms. DePlume. Think back to what you really saw. That is... The one who was bleeding was not the victim, but the killer whale? I remember now. There wasn't any blood coming from the victim after all. Info update. Noise level 0%. Hooray! Good job, Athena. We did it! Analytical psychology got us what we needed from her. Good job, Athena. That was a huge help, Athena. It's also pretty dicey for a while, though. Well, this is a surprise. The blood the witness saw was the defendant's, not the victim's. That is correct, and since there was no blood coming from the victim, There's only one thing we can conclude. That what Ms. de Plume witnessed was not the moment of the murder as she claims. Oh.
Objection!
Objection! I thought you were unarmed, but it turns out you were concealing a sword all along. Nevertheless, it is far too dull to cut the ew. Meaning? I grant that what the witness saw was not the victim's blood, but it proves nothing. After all, being rammed doesn't always result in a wound that bleeds, does it? Death from internal hemorrhaging is also a possibility. ... Exclamation mark. He has a point there. If you wish to challenge me to a duel, you'll need a sharper blade than that, right, Dono? Or a deck of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I demand evidence that proves that the witness did not see the moment of the murder. Oh, God. The fish! No. I mean, it's probably the blood-stained coin. Heck, there must be something. Think, Phoenix. If I'm correct, then the victim's death occurred before de Plume saw it. If the victim was already dead when Orla started her headbutting, then that would mean he died sometime before Ms. de Plume was watching her. The events Ms. de Plume witnessed took place at around 10:10 a.m. Must have something that can tell us about what happened before 10:10 a.m. I don't think this is it. Yeah, no, this doesn't give any specification on time. So it's gotta be the coin.
Take that!
I'm guessing that was wrong because the music didn't stop. I'm not sure that's really related to what Ms. de Plume did or didn't witness. But you're not sure, right? No, we can be quite sure it's unrelated. Yes, quite. I'm confused then. Yes, we can be. Right, took place at around 10:10 a.m. I mean, the calendar... Oh. See, I saw that the calendar said 10:10 a.m. in the description, but yeah, no, actually looking at it...
Take that!
Okay... What the fuck is this nonsense? I mean, the security footage says that it shows footage starts at Aquarium's 10 a.m. opening time, But, like, the only fucking thing that it's got here are these two, and I don't see anything about that. If it is the fucking camera, that is the absolute most bullshit that ever bullshit.
Take that!
Fucking Christ. Are you kidding me? That is the absolute most bullshit that ever bullshit. Ridiculous. Back in my day, when we actually had a fucking camera or a video or something, we'd see the whole fucking footage from the start as an actual video instead of a fucking still. This is such bullshit. This is such fucking bullshit. Your Honor, I request all the security footage be played for the court. Ms. DePlume witnessed a cloud of blood at around 10:10 a.m., but I believe the victim was already dead by that time. Assertion is the murder took place before Ms. DePlume arrived. Exactly, the security camera footage starts at 10:10 when at 10 when the aquarium opened. I believe there's vital evidence in it. This is such absolute fucking bullshit. Again, because we would, like, first of all, it said that we saw the footage and we only took that one fucking clip from it. It's just such fucking garbage, the leaps of logic they expect you to take. Especially, again, if you played the previous games, and when you get things like this in the past, like security footage, it's a fucking video of everything you need to see in it. Rise from the ashes, anybody. Trash. This whole fucking game is trash. Are you honestly willing to risk everything on those mere 10 minutes? I bet on slimmer chances before, but when he puts it that way... Hold it! My boss is no coward, Prosecutor Blackwell, so I suggest you get ready to eat humble pie. Uh-oh. I can't back down now. Well, if the defense is that confident in its importance, we should have fucking seen this to begin with. We had the camera while Fulbright was off being an idiot. The only thing they fucking showed us was that one little snippet at 10:09. We had the fucking camera. This is absolute fucking negligence on everybody's part. And I'm not saying, by the way, Jay, I'm not complaining about things in the court that are going stupidly. What I'm complaining about is this game being so fucking inconsistent compared with its predecessors. And having to know that you have to present a camera where you said that you had all the footage at your disposal, and you only took that one frame. No, like that's what I'm calling is bullshit. Not that I've known from the beginning that the court proceedings are all bullshit. That hasn't changed. Prosecutor Blackwell, the security footage. ... Fulbright. Roger, I have the rest of the security footage right here, and he had it on him that day, so we should have seen it, or should have watched it. What the fuck is the matter with everybody? Very well, please play it for the court. Please have something for me. If it does, you're a fucking incompetent buffoon. I don't care about this, we saw this already. Alright, I'll just back the footage up to the beginning now. It's in fucking individual frames. It appears Ms. Duplume hasn't arrived yet at this point. Now see if I can find something from before this point in time. What the hell is this? What the fuck is this? Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dot. And Taka's scratching himself. Is that it? Yup, that's all the footage there is. Well, Mr. Wright, did you see what you were looking for? No, not a fucking clue. We got nothing. Well, alright, dunno. Those were the 10 minutes you placed your bet on. Did you see anything of significance? Did I see anything important? I'd better think about this carefully. I don't know, and I bet you I can't fucking go check that again. No, I can't. You might suggest lies, KR, but sometimes lies are actually not the right. So here's what I'm thinking. And here's why nothing important might work. Because what we do not see in any of those 10 minutes is how the fuck Jack Shipley got where he was at the bottom of that whale tank. And he was not wearing any kind of scuba gear or breathing apparatus. So if he was down there for 10 or more minutes, he'd be dead. But my question is, does that count as we see something important, i.e., we just see the whale, or do we see nothing important because the victim isn't there, and it's important that the victim isn't there? I don't know. I'm going to say something important. This is the important thing that the footage shows. What? It's just this one? I don't even have access to the other footage? Because there were other frames. I have no clue. I have no idea. I might have gotten this wrong. No, the rock isn't important. Like, there's nothing about this rock that looks significant. I might have screwed up, and it might be that there's nothing important here, but... Again, my general point was that it doesn't show the victim, how the victim ended up down here in the first place. So maybe I was right, maybe it was that nothing was important. You know, there's no little goblins here. I could hit the minus button. I'm looking outside the aquarium also. But... I legitimately have no idea. Just this once. Because I'm also half convinced that maybe I'm psyching myself up and I ended up here and this is going to be an auto penalty. Just this once. Okay. Well, that's not helpful. Alright. Thank goodness for autosave. So where were we? Okay. Right. This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen, by the way. Okay. I mean, it could have been this point, but, like, the fact that it skips to 10:03 and then 10 o'clock... Talk is scratching himself. Alright, so we got here... So I think my initial inclination was correct. That I did see nothing important but that's because the victim isn't there. We can see nothing of importance in that footage. Humph. Just as I thought. Ha ha ha! You're right about that. That section was completely meaningless. It doesn't show a thing. That's why I didn't submit it as evidence. Which is a bullshit argument. Because, again, in previous instances when we had videos submitted as evidence, they were submitted as the fucking video.
Objection!
Objection? No, it's just the opposite. Huh? What do you mean by that? In this 10 minutes of footage, here we go. So I was right. In this 10 minutes of footage, something important that should be there isn't there. Detective Fulbright, this footage should have been submitted as evidence. What? Are you questioning the way I carry out my duty to justice? Mr. Wright, explain yourself, please. What is this important thing you say should be in the footage but isn't? I'd present profiles, but I can't. So, this one.
Take that!
Here we go. The important thing we should see in the footage is the victim himself, Jack Shipley. I don't know about you, but I didn't see him get in the pool in that footage. Oh! Dot, 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 exclamation mark. Arg, that's right! So I was correct. If the victim is not shown entering the pool in this footage, it means that he must have been there by the Skull Rock during those 10 minutes. But no human being can hold their breath underwater for that long. Well, wait a minute! Are you saying... When the security camera started up at 10 o'clock a.m., the victim was already dead. What? Why are Phoenix and Athena slumping down? That was a good point Phoenix made. Order in the court. If that's the case, then when was the victim murdered? I don't know, Your Honor, but we now know it had to have been sometime before 10 a.m. Therefore, this footage can no longer be called decisive evidence against my client. And that bot has to go bye-bye. Humph. But there is no one else who could have killed the victim. Not necessarily. The defense believes that the true culprit may have been human. And we have evidence to back up our theory, so this is where the coin comes to play. Do you now? I would be very interested in seeing this evidence. Defense's trump card, that thing we found during our investigation yesterday. I'd go so far as to call it decisive, but now is the time to play it. Very well, Mr. Wright, please submit your evidence. What evidence shows that the crime may have been committed by a human? It's this coin.
Take that!
What's this? A coin. Yes, a fake Oh, that explains why Phoenix didn't want to grab it, because money. Yes, a fake coin used in the aquarium's pirate show. We found it beside the pool. This coin is quite possibly the real murder weapon. This tiny little coin is the murder weapon. Mr. Wright, if this is another one of your bluffs. Oomph. As they say, the bolder the presentation, the less confident the solicitor. This is no bluff, and this isn't the only coin. There are 300 of these coins in all, weighing a total of about 7 pounds. This one just happens to have blood on it. Did you have the blood analyzed to see whose it is? Not yet. But there were coins scattered all around the body, and the victim had a head wound. Taking these things into account, I believe it has to be the victim's blood. So, to put it together, we have about 7 pounds of coins by the side of the pool, one of them with a blood stain on it. I think the answer is pretty clear here, Your Honor. The defense proposes that the victim was killed beside the pool. The side of the pool? But if the murder took place there, it would be difficult to say the orca did it. That's the point, Your Honor! I realize you are trying to defend your client. That theory is preposterous. How could 300 coins possibly be made to hit someone all at once? Put them in a fucking bag, you idiot! It'd be pretty easy if they were in a bag or something of that nature. And so where is this bag the coins were in? Unfortunately, Your Honor, we recovered nothing of the sort from the scene. It's possible the culprit took it with them. They took it. The true culprit used the coins as a blunt instrument to commit murder. He then threw the body in the pool before the security cameras started up, and then they left, taking the bag the coins were in with them. They got rid of the evidence that points to a human culprit to pin the blame on Orla. That was brilliant, Mr. Wright. You found a way to introduce the possibility of a human perpetrator. Yeah, somehow. Let's hope my luck holds out. Wonder why Prosecutor Blackwell hasn't said anything. The possibility of a perpetrator other than the defendant has now been suggested. But if we hold this possibility to be true, then what did Ms. DePlume witness? That's right. I saw the killer whale attack the victim, just like it did a year ago, singing a song. I guess there is still that. Even with somebody else as the culprit, Orla's behavior still seems pretty bizarre. I wonder why she was doing the same thing she did a year ago. But is it really that bizarre? What do you mean? To explain the inexplicable, all we have to do is turn our thinking around. Turn our thinking around, huh? Sounds good to me. Alright, I'm turning my chair around. Well, now all I fucking see is Lego. I can't even see the game. This isn't gonna help me, so I'm turning my chair back around again. Time to give the old turn my thinking around method a try, instead of trying to figure out why Orla did the same things she did a year ago. I should consider the results that were produced by her behavior this time around. Orla sang a song, did some headbutts, and bit the victim. The real culprit wanted to shift the suspicion onto Orla. Then they would have needed to give people a reason to think Orla did it in the first place. Mr. Wright, as her lawyer, how do you explain your client's actions? I believe we should think of it in this way, Your Honor. What kind of effect did Orla's actions have on the case? Very well, then why don't you explain it for the court? How did the defendant's action affect the case? Created a witness, they killed the victim, they got rid of evidence. They created a witness. Ms. DePlume focused her attention on the orca pool because she heard the song. The orca's act of singing a song created a witness. Created a witness? Isn't it possible that fabricating a witness was the real culprit's true intention? After all, Ms. DePlume witnessed two things. She saw Orla headbutting something over and over, and she saw the orca bite the victim. Those two actions of Orla's might have been the real culprit's plot to make the witness think the orca was attacking the victim. Are you saying that the defendant was being manipulated by the true perpetrator? Exactly. And that would explain Orla's actions perfectly. But the defendant is an orca. Is it even possible to manipulate her? Yes, with the whistle. Yes, there is a way to manipulate Orla's behavior with this. No.
Take that!
Is this a whistle? Yes, Your Honor. trainers at the aquarium use whistles to issue commands to Orla. But in truth, anyone can do it provided they know the right signals. Ah, that must be how they get Orla to do tricks for their pirate shows. The true culprit hid the body in a spot that couldn't be seen from the visitor's corridor. Then, when Ms. de Plume appeared, they gave Orla the commands. In other words, Orla was manipulated by the culprit to perform a series of tricks. What? And, as for you, Ms. de Plume, you were manipulated by the true culprit to play the part of the witness. Unless you were the one who manipulated Orla and set yourself up as the witness. Norma de Plume was set up? I, Norma de Plume, writer extraordinaire, was used? No. Whoa! Ms. de Plume, please do something about your attire. That was one wardrobe malfunction I did not want to see. Jesus Christ. Now, I know where this is going. I absolutely know where this is going. Right? Because even though it says anyone can use one to command her as long as they know the right signals, the only one who, we're gonna say, knows the right signals is, unfortunately, Sasha Buckler. But oh well. It would appear we need to shift our suspicion towards someone other than Orla. Prosecutor Blackville, please have the bloodstained coin analyzed. Humph. You waste your breath. I guess even Prosecutor Blackville can't refute the possibility of a human suspect. You did it, boss! If the crime happened beside the pool, there's no way an orca could have done it. Now, if only we could find the bag the coins were in. In light of the new discovery, it would appear that the orca couldn't have done it. Exactly, Your Honor. If the blood on the coin proves to be that of the victim, we can unequivocally overturn Orla's accusation.
Objection!
Objection. Uh-oh. Here he goes again. Overturn the defendant's accusation. Humph. I think not. Well, the heck, my hair! My beautiful hair! Yesterday, a new inmate was brought into the prison. He said, the moment you relax is the moment you're most vulnerable. And what did this man go in for? He is merely a sneaky thief who enjoys a spot of fishing now and again. But right, Dono here, would be easier to hook than any fish. I got a fish for you! Hi, Taka. That hawk sure does love the judge's head. What's this? That coin from before and some sort of bag. But bag? I don't think I'm gonna like this. This is the coin bag the 300 coins were in. I believe you were looking for this? How the fuck did you get that? I never said we didn't find it at the crime scene. The bag had blood on it, so naturally I had it sent to the crime lab. And? Does the blood belong to the victim? It does indeed, as does the blood on the coin. I knew it! So the blood on the coin did belong to the victim. The bag was open and the coins had all spilled out. But the bag alone wasn't proof enough to say that it was used as the murder weapon. However, thanks to the defense and their coin, I am more than satisfied that it was. Prosecutor Blackwell? Are you conceding that the true culprit committed the murder with the bag of coins? I shall concede that the victim was put into the pool after his death. However, even with the bag, it doesn't change the fact that it was an orca that killed the victim. What the hell? How can you still suspect Orla? You said the true culprit manipulated Orla's behavior, but Orla isn't the kind of orca that would let someone control her. If anything, Orla used the victim's behavior against him to murder him. I'm sorry, what? Are you arguing that the orca manipulated a human being? Humph. To prove it, I have summoned another witness. Marlon Rhymes. Take the stand. Marlon Rhymes is a witness. Well, don't just stand there. State your name. I'm confused too, Dino Guts! This whole thing is fucking bullshit. I told you I didn't want to be a witness. I thought one witness would be quite enough to prove the defendant's guilt. But apparently Raitono won't be satisfied until every stone is turned. Well, son of a... Alright, fine. If I gotta talk, let's get this over with. Mr. Rhymes doesn't seem like a willing witness. I wonder what Prosecutor Blackwell is going to have him testify about. I have no fucking clue! So could we have your name and occupation for the record, witness? ... Oh, yo, 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 ho, ho! People of the law, time to testify. Chilling with my crew at the ship shape. Orcas, penguins, and the seascape. Cleaning and feeding, they ain't no end. But them bratty kids' tours, I shall transcend. Noob animal keeper from the house of rhymes. I'm the master keeper, Marlon with the rhymes. He rhymed rhymes with rhymes. What the fuck? I don't like this guy. I'm with you, KR. I'm getting the hell out of here. I don't want to deal with this shit no more. Oh my, I'm afraid I couldn't understand a word you said. Is that flip-flop music young people nowadays like? So close, Your Honor. So close, and yet so far. Please, proceed with your testimony, witness. Without the flip-flop. Okay, fine. But I don't want to do this, I tell you. I feel like I'm selling Sasha out. I knew I didn't like this guy. The man manipulating orca. At about 10:10 a.m., I was in the staff room. I heard a loud noise from the pool room. I went to the door to look in. I couldn't see the captain or the orca, but I saw a bunch of coins scattered around. The orca knows there's a certain spot people stand to play volleyball with her. I think maybe she knocked down the stuff that was piled up there and hit the captain. So that gives us a little more info about the area around the orca pool. The pool diagram updated in the court record. Okay. The defendant made the stuff fall down? Was it updated? Overturned crates and assorted props were scattered all over the pool room floor. There is no doubt that it was the orca that caused the mess. But could she really have done that from within the pool? Humph. As I said, the orca is the only one that could have performed such a feat. She doesn't have feet! The pool and its room were tidied the night before, including its various odds and ends. When our rhyming Marlin took a look-see, over 400 pounds of props had fallen. To move it all in one go would challenge even the brawny prisoner in the cell next to mine. What is he? The jail gossip? So, how did 400 pounds of items fall all at once? I'll tell you how. The orca pulled on the cloth that was underneath them. A weight that would be all but impossible for a human to move. It was child's play to an orca. During a friendly game of volleyball, the defendant made the crates fall, and the bag of coins that was among the items fell on the victim's head and killed him. The orca then toyed with the victim's body underwater, which is what Ms. Depleted saw. Objection! But the witness only said he heard a loud noise. That doesn't automatically make it the sound of Orla making the items fall. Also, why did you only look in on the pool room anyway, Mr. Rhymes? That orca sometimes makes a loud noise to summon a trainer. But I'm still a newbie, so I don't have the security guard to get into the pool room yet. So even if she tries to summon somebody, there ain't much I can do about it. I see, so the witness couldn't enter the crime scene.
Objection!
Objection! If Mr. Rhymes couldn't enter the room, there's at least one thing he can't be sure about. His statement that the orca was playing volleyball is purely speculation.
Silence!
Silence! Whether the orca was actually playing volleyball or not is not the issue. Traces of the orca's saliva were found on the cloth that was underneath the crates. The important part is that the orca is the only one that could have moved the items. Arg, I have to discredit that statement somehow. If I don't, it'd mean that Orla was the culprit, even if the victim died beside the pool. Well, cross-examination time. I'm gonna present. Or not present, press.
Hold it!
Hold it? Are you sure about the time you were in the staff room? Well, yes, I'm sure. I'm pretty good with time. I've never been late to work once. If he's sure about the time, then there's something wrong with that statement. Better take another look through the court record. It's this. All right, please continue with your testimony, Mr. Rhymes. Fresh button.
Hold it!
You heard the noise all the way in the staff room. Yeah, he was in the food prep room at 10:10. That's right. The orca pool room and the staff room are pretty close to each other. Anyway, I heard the noise, so I went to the door of the pool room. But I don't have a security guard, so all I could do was look through the door crack. What kind of noise did you hear? Want me to describe it? Oh god. Oh yes. You warm up the crash. Boom. Bowing down to the relativity. Everything falling with sweet simplicity. This testimony, yo, it ain't got no fallacies. Things falling and breaking was purely insanity. Shut the hell up. Kinda like that. Okay, but why the need to wrap it? Well, I didn't really get all of that, but in any case, I could gather it was a very loud noise. Very well, please describe what you saw at the scene. Press.
Hold it!
You couldn't see the victim. I was just looking through the door crack. I guess all that stuff was blocking my view. I did notice a whole bunch of coins scattered all over the place, though. But at the time, I had no idea the captain was dead. Killed by gold coins. Ironic, isn't it? Perhaps the orca wanted to be paid for her labor. Paid in coins raining from the skies. Coins raining from the skies. He makes it sound almost poetic. But the hard truth is that those coins were actually the murder weapon. We all deserve to be paid for our work, do we not? I shall have a fine meal tonight. If you find our client guilty, that is. Mr. Rhymes, do you have a theory on how the things got knocked down? Of course I do. Hold it! She uses this ball and does a spike, right? We had a nice little demonstration of Orla's spike for ourselves just yesterday. If you stand on the mark on the floor, the orca spikes the ball at you. Taka is good at flying straight at his target as well. And I see plenty of targets right here in this room. Ah! Ah! Question mark? Everybody's so busy protecting their head, they forgot about the trial. Including you. Tell them what the defendant caused to happen. Well, the orca knows people stand in a certain spot for volleyball. Press! Are you saying you think she knocked down the items on purpose? I don't want to believe it myself, but that orca's pretty smart. It'd be easy for her to pull the cloth on the cloth the stuff was on while she was playing volleyball. Orcas are really strong. One good pull and all those things would come crashing down. I guess maybe an orca could be strong enough to make that much stuff fall. I've never seen an orca play tug of war myself. But the fact is, this one did. The traces of the orca's saliva found on the cloth prove it. How long do you plan to walk tightrope on these shaky theories of yours? Wait until you see me do acrobatics. Moments like these are what I became a lawyer again for. I don't know why, but Mr. Rhymes is lying. I'm afraid I have to expose that secret he and Pearls were keeping to resolve this. Bologna! Let me present a fishy calendar.
Objection!
Objection. You say you were in the staff room. Is that really true? Of course it's true. Why would I lie about a thing like that? Mr. Rhymes, have you ever seen this calendar before? Hey, that's... I see you recognize it. Yeah, that's the rifle calendar. It's a big hit at the Ship Shape Aquarium gift shop. Hey, thank you for shopping at Ship Shape. Mr. Rhymes, please refrain from scattering fish around the witness stand. Not to worry, your boldness. Taka will have them cleaned up in no time. Enjoy your meal, Mr. Taka, sir. That bird does in fact come in handy all the time. He's got all the evidence, too. All right, Mr. Wright, we have all seen your cute souvenir. Now, if you wouldn't mind... no, Your Honor, this isn't my calendar. It was originally the witness's, but it came into the possession of a certain young lady. Well, what? Mr. Rhymes and this young lady first met each other in the food prep room. After a mishap, their calendars got switched around. They ran into each other at about 10 a.m. in the food prep room. So clearly the witness was not in the staff room. In other words, there's no way he could have heard the noise in the pool room upstairs. What's this? This is the first I'm hearing about any calendar. That's because Mr. Rhymes and Pearls were keeping it a secret. You lied to me. You don't get those initials either, Blackwell. I like you because you like birds, but no. Those are mine. This transgression will not go unpunished. Arrgh! So, Mr. Rhymes, you didn't hear the noise of the equipment falling after all, did you? Okay, I admit it. I didn't hear the noise in the orca pool room myself. But somebody told me about it. Who told you about it? It was, Unless you tell the truth, Mr. Rhymes, I can't save Orla. I'm sure you know how sad that would make Ms. Buckler. Dot, 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 dot. Dot, 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 dot. I heard about it from Sasha. What? From Ms. Buckler? But that doesn't make sense. What is going on here? Humph. Now it's the trainer's own words that drive the orca into a corner. How do you like being bitten by your own client, right, Dunno? Ugh, I certainly didn't see this coming. What perfect timing. There was something I wanted to ask Ms. Buckler about the orca. Prosecution calls the trainer, Ms. Sasha Buckler, to the stand. Yes, I suppose it would be a good idea to hear what the orca's trainer has to say. I don't know what Sasha is going to say. I'll just have to meet it head-on, whatever it is. We will take a 20-minute recess while the witness is summoned. To be continued. Save my current progress? Yes, of course. Alright, let's get to Buckler's bottom. July 21st, 10:39 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. Mr. Wright, are you going to cross-examine Sasha? I guess I'll have to ask her about the noise from the stuff falling down. Hey, yo, Mr. Wright. Mr. Rhymes, why did you lie? I didn't want Sasha to have to appear in court. I thought if anybody had to testify, I should be the one to do it for her. But why would you go to all those lengths? Dot, 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 dot. Did you see the entry for the 20th on that calendar? A note about meeting the captain at the orca pool. Yeah, I found that calendar in the nap room. I think it's probably Sasha's. Oh no, you fucking don't. What? Then that means... I guess it does look like more of a woman's calendar than a man's. Oh, bullshit! You're not just gonna take his word for this, are you? He's trying to fucking pin this on a redhead. I knew I didn't like this schmuck. New theory. He's guilty. Calendar updated in the courtroom. A court record. Apparently belongs to Sasha. Blah, blah, blah. I didn't want suspicion to fall on Sasha. Mr. Wright, I gotta go back to the aquarium and look after the orca and Sasha. You don't even have the fucking card to do that! So, what the fuck are you doing? I'll be rooting for you on the other end of that TV phone. Please take care of Sasha. Okay, we can't let Prosecutor Blackwell get the best of us. Time to refocus. You're right, after all, we're the only ones who can save Orla. Jay, he's guilty. I know he's guilty. I feel it in my nervous system that is malfunctioning like crazy right now. Court will now reconvene. Prosecutor Blackwell, please call the witness to the stand. Dot, 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 dot. Again, you waste your breath. Me name be Sasha, and I be one of Captain Orla's swashbucklers. I come to rescue me bucko from the false charges put on her by the dread pirate No Stash. Dot, 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 dot. No Stash. I guess No Stash refers to Prosecutor Blackwell this time. Well, it can't be the judge. He has a mustache and a full beard. Now then, Captain Judge, shall we begin the pirate court? Captain Judge? I rather like that. It makes me feel like a salty old sea dog. And scene. How was that for a self-intro? I like her. Dot, 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 dot. The court is not a show. State your full name and occupation. I am Sasha Buckler. I work at Shipshape Aquarium. I perform in our swashbuckler spectacular pirate show alongside Orla as her trainer. Well, you seem like a completely different person now. You really think so? Thanks. I was in my pirate show persona just then. Prosecutor Blackbill said I could introduce myself in any way I like. I'd bet money he didn't think you were going to do it like that. And what will this witness testify about? The orca manipulated the victim into playing volleyball and then knocked the items down. The witness will report about hearing the noise that caused the victim's death. Now, just a minute. Sure, Orla uses the ball to break props sometimes. She even spiked the ball at the giant octopus's leg yesterday while I was cleaning. So Orla was the one who broke that. Yeah, I think we suggested that. But she couldn't have knocked down that huge stack of equipment with her little ball. Humph. I thought you were paying attention to the trial over the telecast, but you apparently know nothing of what we've been discussing. The orca knocked down the equipment by pulling the cloth that was underneath it. No one said anything about an orca knocking it down with a ball. What? Aww. Is that what you were talking about? What we're talking about? I came in here to give Prosecutor Nostache a good keel hauling. I'm the one getting the cat o' nine tails. Oh, he's as vicious as a tiger shark. This is kind of adorable. Miss Buckler, just focus on your testimony and you'll be alright. Don't worry, we'll take care of that tiger shark for you. What is she doing? Thank you, Athena. Okay, I can do this. My testimony will be phenomenal. Alright, Ms. Buckler, please proceed with your testimony. I think anything a redhead does is adorable. I technically do not. Not even all redhead ladies do I think everything that they do is... Now, everything my wife does is adorable. But, like, take that redheaded lady with the rose hair from Ghost Trick. Definitely not everything she did was adorable. Although Lynn was another redhead in that game, and everything she did was adorable, including her sneezes. Alright, hearing the noise. I admit I heard Orla summoning me with a loud noise. But the aquarium's guest's scream I heard over the walkie-talkie was more urgent. I talked to Norma de Plume first and went to the pool room with the security guard. That's alright, Jay. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Well, it's my Ghost Trick Phantom Detective series. So, there were a couple of redheads in it. Lynn was one of the main characters. The rose-shaped hair other one was, quite frankly, a bitch. Was she wrong? No. Did she technically kidnap her daughter? Yes. If you want to know more details than that, go watch the Ghost Trick series if you've got the time. I talked to Norma de Plume first, then went to the pool room with the security guard. The equipment was everywhere, and a cat was lying in the middle of it all. Her story doesn't seem to be much different from Marlon Rhymes' testimony. Or does it? The circumstances are different. The actual order of Orla's actions depend on the order the witness heard the two noises. If she heard the scream first, then the prosecution's claims don't stand up.
Objection!
Objection. Humph. Unfortunately for you, she doesn't remember the order of what she heard. Dot, 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 dot. She doesn't. I was distracted at the time, so I don't really recall which one I heard first. I was lost in thought until the guard brought me back to myself. Sorry I'm no help. As long as the order remains unclear, I shall not alter the prosecution's claims. After killing the victim with the bag of coins, the orca toyed with the body in the water. I have to turn things around here somehow. Unless I can prove the sound Sasha heard was not the sound of the victim's murder, Blackwell's claim that Orla pulled down the equipment to kill the victim will stand. If I want to save Orla, I have to find a contradiction, no matter how small. Very well, your cross-examination, please, Mr. Wright. Get to this redhead's bottom. This punk metal pirate redhead's bottom. Well, press button.
Hold it!
What made you think Orla was summoning you? Orla knows the sound of her cries doesn't carry far enough. Yes, Jay, the phrasing is on purpose. It's also a reference to the very first Ace Attorney game where Phoenix says that he's going to get to April May's bottom. She's not cute, though. Phoenix has bad taste in women except for Dahlia. And then he abandons Iris. So we don't like anything that Phoenix has to say about women and his taste in women, we toss out the window. It's my taste in women that actually matters here. Orla knows the sound of her cries doesn't carry far enough, so sometimes she summons people by making a loud noise. That Orla is smarter than the average whale, I tell ya. Humph. Taco would not be bested in a battle of wits. Hold it! Wait a minute. Widget is the smartest of all. The smartest one of all. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the smartest one of all? Widget. Am I expected to answer Trucy into this? My kid is better than yours, a Palooza. I'm counting that as a Widget outburst. Even though, technically, that might be... No. That agrees with what Athena said. That definitely counts as a Widget outburst. Yes, Phoenix, don't stay sane. It's no good being the only sane person in a room. And did you heed the summons of this very intelligent Orla immediately? I couldn't right away, although I was concerned about her, of course. Press. You heard Ms. DePlume's scream. That's right, I heard her through the walkie-talkie of a guard making his rounds. Arrgh. I can still hear it in me head. It was so loud I thought it was a sea lion. Ms. DePlume sort of reminds me of a sea lion. Oh, wait, that's Phoenix's line. Why are you showing Athena on screen when Phoenix is saying this? Although, to be fair, Phoenix would be the one who would say something like this. Ms. DePlume sort of reminds me of a sea lion, actually. I know, right? Ooh, I should call her Sea Lion Lady and see how she likes it. I guess Athena's still upset about being called Yellow Girl. What did you do after hearing the visitors scream? Alright, press...
Hold it!
You and the security guard headed to the Orca pool room. Yeah, apparently that obnoxious writer lady said she didn't trust me by myself. That's why, after talking to her, the guard and I went to the pool room together. Why be that wench so suspicious? Arr! I demand a swordfish duel. That's what I felt like saying to her anyway. ... I'm afraid I don't get it. That was a line from the show when Orla and Sasha quarreled with each other. Didn't you do your swashbuckler spectacular homework, Your Honor? Why am I getting scolded here, Mr. Wright? Why am I getting scolded here, Your Honor? Ms. Buckler, please tell me what happened after you headed to the pool room. All right, when the guard and I got there, we saw that... Press...
Hold it!
Hold it! What do you recall about the scene exactly? I don't remember much, to be honest. I was in total shock from seeing the cat like that. If you asked me something specific, I might be able to remember, though. Specific questions, huh? Okay, let's see. What should I ask her about? The things scattered around? Could you tell me more about the things that were scattered around? They were equipment and props for the new show. The new show? Yeah, we were supposed to debut a brand new Swashbuckler Spectacular yesterday. We already defeated the giant octopus in No Stosh, after all. We were going to have a new nemesis, Red Stosh. He's on the flyer. That is true. Oh, that's the fire rifle was distributing. Captain Orla has a new rival featuring the dashing red stash with the fluttering red scarf. Will attain the gold coins hidden in the Skull Rock. Oh, I wish it could be me. Leave it to ye, Athena, to know all about it. Orla's even got some new tricks for the new show. Swashbuckler Fire updated in the court record. An advertisement for new show was dropped by a penguin. So, all the stuff that fell down was for the new show, was it? Is that it? That's right. A bunch of props and crates and other equipment stacked up. Your Honor, for the record, I'd like that information added to the witness's testimony. Very well. Ms. Buckler, please append what you just said to your okay. Sure thing. Okay. Press...
Hold it!
These props for the new show, what kinds of things were they? A blow-up dolphin and anchor, Red Stosh's costume, the bag of coins, stuff like that. The cat was wearing his usual costume and the new props were all there. Wait a minute. Something about that doesn't seem right. Is there a problem with Sasha's testimony? I got no clue, man. I guess there isn't any particular problem. I'd better get on with the cross-examination. Do you think Orla really did make that stuff fall down? I think we probably need more information before we can know what really happened. Be careful not to let a single inconsistency slip by us. I'm already fucking lost. I actually think this is going to show me something, maybe.
Captain Morla! Ye made it just in time. We be pirates, we love to sail the seven seas. Just a bunch of scallywags who are as free.
Okay. All right. I don't know nothing either. But let's press on this again and maybe say yes this time. Something doesn't seem right about that. Is that a problem with Sasha's testimony? Yes? You say the captain was wearing his usual costume, but is that completely accurate? Come on, Phoenix, what are you nitpicking my testimony for? If we look at the body, we see that there's a discrepancy between that and your statement. You stated that the victim was wearing his usual costume. You'll notice the victim was wearing a red scarf around his neck. I imagine this red scarf is part of his costume for the new pirate show. Oh, you're right, it's written right here in the flyer for the new show. Featuring the dashing red stash with a fluttering red scarf. Although, I have to say, it looks just like a red scarf was added to his old costume. Yeah, well, the captain was never one to spend much money on costumes. But, you know, the captain wasn't wearing that red scarf. But in this photo, I believe I see a red scarf. Yeah, but it's not wrapped around his neck, it's just draped on top of his neck. The red scarf was packed away with the rest of the new show's equipment. It must have fallen on the captain when the equipment fell down. Oh, I see. It looks like your discrepancy wasn't really a discrepancy after all. So the scarf doesn't have anything to do with the case. There's something about the timing of the stuff falling that bothers me. Hold on. The timing of the stuff falling. The timing? Maybe my theory has been all wrong from the beginning? Maybe the bag of coins isn't the murder weapon? And so your last cross-examination ends in failure as well. You should know that such a feeble slash will never hurt me. As I said, the orca made the equipment fall and then toyed with the body in the water. No. Because then the scarf wouldn't have been on top of the body.
Objection!
Objection? I'm sorry, Prosecutor Blackwell, but based on the circumstances at the scene, the defendant couldn't have dragged the body into the water after the equipment fell. ... And why, pray tell, is that? Oh, I'll tell you all right. If my theory has been all wrong, I'll just have to fix it. Yes, Mr. Wright, please do tell the court. What indicates that the body was not dragged into the water after the items fell? What we were just talking about. This red scarf-a-majig.
Take that!
The red scarf, this red scarf fell at the same time as the bag of coins. But if the body was dragged into the pool after the bag of coins fell, then the red scarf wouldn't still be on top of the body. What? In other words, the victim was already dead when the equipment came crashing down. Therefore, the bag of coins that fell with the red scarf was not the murder weapon. Silence! But it was the defense who claimed the bag of coins was the murder weapon to begin with. Well, yes, that's true. Do you intend to abandon your original argument? After hearing the testimony, I realized my theory about the murder weapon was wrong. Please recall the facts we have learned so far. It's a fact that when Orla bit the victim's dead body, hang on. It's a fact that what Orla bit was the victim's dead body. After all, when we saw the victim on the security footage, he was already dead. But then Orla carried the victim's body to the side of the pool and knocked down the equipment for the new pirate show that was piled up there. Maybe Orla was trying to alert the humans to the victim's condition. If Orla knocked the items down on the victim after he was already dead, then it means the defendant didn't kill the victim with those items. But that's preposterous! Even still, your argument is lacking. If neither the orca's headbutting nor the bag of coins were the manner of death, then how do you propose the victim was killed? A very good point. If the defense is now abandoning its original theory, then we would need a new theory as to what the murder weapon was. Ugh. All right. I doubt I have no clue would go over well. All right, let's go over what we still need to find out about the victim's body. What we don't know is how he died and why his body was at the bottom of the pool. I wonder if there's something that would explain both of those things at once. He fell into the pool and died. It's 65 feet deep. How did the victim's body sink to the bottom of the pool? On a diagram, it's easy enough to move the body to the bottom of the pool, but in real life, the water would just cause the body to float. Right, hold on. Water? Okay, and what if we flip that around? What if there was no water, and the body would go right down in an instant? So could the real manner of death be? Thanks for the great hint, Athena. As always, trust your redheads. They know what they're doing. What? I helped you and I didn't even know it. Your Honor, I think we know the real manner of the victim's death. I think won't do, Mr. Wright. I expect a clear answer. The fuck do you expect when the autopsy report isn't even complete yet? Now then, what was the real manner of Jack Shipley's death? What's the manner of death that moved the victim to the bottom of the pool in an instant? Falling! Please take a look at this diagram of the orca pool. If there was no water in this pool, then it would be very easy to move the victim's body to the bottom of the pool. Thud. He would drop straight down. Death by snoo-snoo. Ew! No, KR. That is not correct. Oh my, could that be the true manner of death? The orca pool is about 65 feet deep. If the victim were to go from the top of the pool to the bottom when there was no water, then he would, without question, have fallen to his death. Death from a fall? Jay, stay innocent. Snoo-snoo is a euphemism for a guy having sex with a larger woman. And by larger, I don't mean like weight-wise. I mean like Amazon. Like giant muscular Amazon. It comes from Futurama. And that's your answer. It all makes perfect sense. If he fell, that would explain the signs of blunt force trauma all over the body, too. Yes, Jay, go get your brain bleach. The culprit pushed the victim into the pool when there was no water in it. After doing something to keep the body from floating up, they filled the pool with water. There's a giant hole in the theory. Where was the fucking orca? The pool water washed away any signs of blood so no one would realize that he fell. Surprisingly, that actually makes sense. It was a crude joke even by my standards, KR. Order in the court. I'm just as surprised as you are, but I must have order. If falling was the manner of death, then does that mean the defendant's behavior was the result of being manipulated by the true culprit, as the defense claimed? Yes, it would have to be. All that needs to be explained now is how the real culprit commanded Orla. Ms. Buckler, is there a way to instruct Orla to bite someone? What? What kind of trick would that be? Of course not. Then could you tell us about the tricks Orla does know? Well, there's jumping, dancing, and playing volleyball, and she can spin, do the rock and roll trick, and sing the swashbuckler spectacular song. Those sound like pretty nice tricks, but I doubt they're related to this case. She's also practicing 2 new top-secret tricks. There's the human rocket, where she shoots somebody up into the air, and then there's the lifesaver trick, where she brings a drowning person to the surface. Hey! One of those top-secret tricks might have something to do with this case. Which of these 2 tricks sounds relevant? The fucking lifesaver trick! It's like I said earlier! She was trying to save his life. So in the lifesaver trick, Orla brings a drowning person to the surface, correct? You caught it! Orla's still learning how to hold someone gently in her mouth. So she sometimes bites into their clothes, but she's never hurt a person's skin. And we saw that in the photo, by the way, which I think I mentioned. She brings a drowning person to the surface? Then that must be it. And then the killer whale swam up towards the surface with the victim in its mouth. That matches up perfectly with what Ms. DePlume said in her testimony. The real culprit must have used the lifesaver trick command to manipulate Orla. I still find this very hard to believe. Then let's see it for ourselves. Let's have Orla show us her trick using a practice dummy. As you wish. The prosecution doesn't appear to have any objection. Ms. Buckler, please proceed. Okay, sure. I'll show you Orla's phenomenal trick. Hey, Marlin, are you ready over there? Okay, let me just go get the practice dummy. There, it's in the pool. Ready and standing by, Sasha. Here goes, Orla's secret new trick, the lifesaver. Boy, she really knows how to blow, doesn't she? The clothes got torn up a little, but the dummy doesn't have any new marks on it. Good job, Orla. And there you have it, Orla's secret new trick. Hooray! Wow, that orca really is something. A cute thing like that wouldn't hurt anybody. Sounds like the gallery loved Orla's performance. That was great. That awesome trick captured everybody's heart. Ho ho ho! Wonderful! I wish I could see more. ... And now Blackwell's gonna say arrest Sasha, isn't he? Looks like we silenced Prosecutor Blackwell. Thank you, Orla and Ms. Buckler, and thank you too, Mr. Rhymes. And so now you can clearly see how Orla was manipulated. The bottom of the orca pool needs to be examined immediately. You might still find some evidence of the victim falling to his death. Prosecutor Blackwell, please have that taken care of at once. Excuse me, Prosecutor Blackwell, but I am requesting further investigation. Tisk, Prosecutor Blackwell, you have to answer the nice judge politely. Oh, that's right, I almost forgot. That thing you asked for just came in. And you couldn't be bothered to think of a less violent way to deliver it? What did Prosecutor Blackwell ask for? The updated autopsy report? I've been waiting for this. Oh, and what is that? An updated autopsy report. Hooray! We knew that this was going to happen, Phoenix. What? Why did it have to come now? During the recess, I ordered the body to be re-examined. Something started nagging at me during the course of the trial, you see. Here. I take it you'd like me to read it. Very well. Cause of death thought to be from a 65-foot fall. Well, Shipley's autopsy report updated in the court record. Instant death from brain contusion. There are signs of blunt force trauma all over the body. Details updated. But this... Alright. Estimated time of death from 12 o'clock to 12 o'clock to 10 a.m. on July 20th. Cause of death, contusion from head trauma, thought to be from a 65-foot fall in the pool. Bruise all over, ceiling to pool bottom is 100 feet. Blow to head received after death. Okay, so yeah, that was from when the coins fell on him. But this is decisive evidence that substantiates Mr. Wright's theory. What? Is something good for a change? An updated autopsy report that doesn't screw my client over? If the manner of death was falling into an empty pool, the orca can't be responsible. She couldn't have even been there. Seems Orla's complete innocence has been proven. Humph. I suppose I can't deny that. This is fantastic. You did it, Mr. Wright, and in only one day. Prosecutor Blackwell isn't even trying to refute it. Orla is saved. Yeah? Is it really safe to celebrate? No, because he's going to go after Sasha next. It would appear more investigation into this case is necessary. But first, allow me to render my verdict. The court finds the defendant, Orla Shipley. Holy fuck! It is a one-day. Well, okay, we know what's happening next. Hooray for Aura, or Orla, or whatever. You did it! Thank you so much, Phoenix. Thank you, Athena. Orla and Marlin, thank you too. Congrats, Sasha. Time to celebrate. Go on, eat up. Hee, glad to see everybody so happy. I'm absolutely thrilled about the verdict. Dot, 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 dot. Dot, dot, dot. Thank you, right, Dono? Huh? For what? Humph. The drained pool. Thanks to you, the truth is finally clear. Fulbright. Arrest Sasha? Yep. Arrest this woman. Certainly! Right away, Prosecutor Blackwell. Sasha Buckler. Yep, we knew this was gonna happen. That's a Bobby badge, though. You are hereby under arrest for the murder of Jack Shipley. What? Well, what are you talking about? What reason could you possibly have? She's the only one who would have known the secret whistle. Oops. I knew this. Even if Dawning hadn't told me this was coming, I would have seen this coming. Come now. You must have had some idea in the back of your dull little mind. The true culprit manipulated the orca in order to have false charges brought upon her. And who is the only one with the ability to accomplish that? It can only be the Orca's trainer. But I'm sure there's some other explanation. Silence! I don't need any of your baseless counter-arguments. Have you forgotten? In order to enter the Orca pool room, a security card is necessary. A security card that only the victim and Sasha Buckler possessed. Ms. Buckler is the only one who could have caused the victim to fall to his death. Doug! What? No, I don't believe it. Ms. Buckler was so upset by Mr. Shipley's death, she couldn't have done it. Foolbright. We asked the security company yesterday to check their security card logs. Their report just came in during the recess. The night before the incident, Sasha Buckler used her card to enter the Orca pool room. After that, not a single person entered the pool room. Not until the incident was discovered when Ms. Buckler and the guard... So then how the fuck did Jack Shipley get there? Now, don't know what motive is. On the other hand, if only two people had access to that one room, and one of them was the victim and the other one is Sasha, I would ask where the victim's security card is, and how the fuck Marlon Rhymes is in there right now. He's the guilty one. He stole the Catton's security card. And the proof is that he's literally in the room right now. And if he stole the Catton's security card, it means he was probably the last one who saw him alive. Which means he's guilty.
Objection!
Objection! But no one would commit murder where their card usage was being recorded. Apparently the aquarium employees don't know that their card usage is tracked. What's more, Ms. Buckler was seen arguing with the... Okay, so there's some kind of motive, apparently. What's more, Ms. Buckler was seen arguing with the victim before the incident. So, Ms. Trainer, what were you arguing about? It was a private matter. It wasn't anything I would kill him over. That's ridiculous. Ms. Buckler is the only one who entered the room, and she knows how to command Orla. Besides, I thought her suspicious from the very beginning. You suspected Ms. Buckler from the start? How dare you suspect a redhead, sir? The Orca did tricks because someone commanded her to do so. Possibly someone with a heart so black as to make her own partner the murder weapon. Possibility the Orca killed the victim? Possibility that a human manipulated the Orca. I looked into both. So we suspected both Sasha and Orla all along. My gratitude to you. After all, you were the one who drew out that information about the lifesaver trick. The Orca you saved was an unwitting victim. A victim made to look like the weapon that killed Jack Shipley. Ugh. No! I, Phoenix Wright, have betrayed yet another redhead. Cute redhead girl. No! What have I done? Alright, come along then. Let's have a good long talk. Wait, I didn't kill the Captain. I would never try to frame Orla. Why would I hurt the ones I love like that? Once the Captain is out, there is no show. Sasha. Phoenix, Athena, you got to believe me. I believe her. I trust this cute redhead that has never come to bite me in the butt in this series before. Sasha didn't kill him. I believe that with all my heart. There's got to be something we can do. I feel the same way, but I have done something differently. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine things turning out like this. It would appear that this case has taken on an entirely new aspect. But this trial is only concerned with a ruling on the defendant or a Shipley. So I'm afraid this concludes today's trial. Court is adjourned. To be continued. Save my current progress, yes. Alright, so I know I started late today, and I also know that it is early for me to be finishing, but I also know my internet, well, I think my internet stabilized a little bit. I don't know why. I think it was the thunderstorm earlier, but my throat's still not in fantastic shape. So I do think that this is as good a place as any to end for today. If I had, a Dawning or an LG here, that would be a different story, and I'd probably try to start the next part, but for right now, I think this is a good enough place. I mean, that's definitely reassurance, because I think it was, pretty much guaranteed that it was either whatever the fuck was downloading in the background of my Switch 2, or the thunderstorm, or some combination thereof. So hopefully it doesn't repeat. But regardless, I still do feel like ending here now, because of the throat and because of the nervous system being out of whack, and just me in general being tired and having nobody in voice chat to kind of take some of the voicing burden off from me. So this is a good place to stop. And yeah, that's where I'm going to end things off for today. If I hadn't spent an hour on the phone with my best friend before the stream, maybe I would have continued going, but I don't regret doing that, because you always make time for the people who matter. So that's going to be the lesson that I leave you all with. If you only caught part of today's stream, check out the full thing over on my YouTube channel over there. I will be downloading that or uploading that to YouTube tomorrow, not today. So I'll be going to upstairs to rest after my stream today. I'll deal with the download when I get home from work tomorrow. So, it'll be up sometime Tuesday evening. Otherwise, if you're watching this on YouTube and you want to check out my Twitch channel, that's over there. I go live Monday evenings and Wednesday evenings, usually at 7:30 p.m. United States Central Time, Monday evenings with Ace Attorney 5, and Wednesday evenings with Pokemon Blaze Black. I also go live on the Bulbagarden Twitch channel over there with more legitimate Pokemon content. I am currently still hunting for shiny female Mudsdale in Pokemon Ultra Sun. So that's a thing. We go lick more horses on Sunday. Hooray. There are other streamers over on the Bulbagarden channel, like Dawning Winds. Snowy will maybe be back. Not this upcoming Sunday, but the following Sunday. Then you also have the Caps Fan, and Abby, and Mochi, and Archaic has returned to streaming. So, lots of good people over there. And yes, Jay, I don't deny that I did it to myself. I have said this over and over and over again. I am the bane of my own existence many a time. You can catch some of these guys over on their own Twitch channels. Over there. Over. That is not how you spell that. Over there. Okay, I think that accidentally erased something that it shouldn't have. Over there. And then MCH, who was here right at the beginning of the stream, can also be found on his channel over there. If you're not already part of my Discord server and you're interested in being part of my Discord server, that would be over there. That's all for me for this evening. So, as always, I am Maniacal Engineer, and I'm never going to give you up, never going to let you down. Thank you all for watching. I'm sorry for the short stream today, but such is life, and God bless this mess. I'll see y'all on Wednesday.